Hello, everyone, and welcome to Truly Bedrock Season 2. This is Episode 4. Gotta get used to saying the Season 2 stuff. So we're back in the starter base, and by the time this video comes out, the Nether update should have released. We're gonna finish what I wanted to do in the base before we take to the new Nether and things like that. But I am prepping nonetheless. You guys can see by my inventory, I've got quite a few things. I have myself a piece of gold armor here that we're going to pack tightly away in our ender chest. And then I've got myself the setups to make 6 sets of fire resist potions. So we're going to go ahead and throw all of this stuff in here in our brewing stands that we've set up. And this is just going to be in preparation. I have a feeling that things are going to go bad and I want to be prepared. And definitely don't want to fall into lava. We have had enough deaths and losing our equipment and things like that. Now, one more thing I'd like to throw in here before we head out should be, I can't remember what chest is this guy right here. We want a saddle. We're also going to want, is it 2 sticks and 3 pieces of string, I believe. Gonna make ourselves a fishing pole. Is it actually 3 sticks? It's 3 sticks and 2 string. Okay. I've never really, I guess, crafted one. And we'll put this guy back in there. And this is because I definitely want to mess around with the striders and things like that. I'm not sure if I need the saddle, but it'll be better to be in here anyway. We're going to want to get all of this stuff put away into some kind of shulker box and clean this ender chest up. For that, we're going to take this out and these out and make a chest. Kind of a weird chest. And it should actually be inside this shulker box. Yes. Keep all my valuables tightly tucked away so I don't lose them. And bam, we've got that guy now. So we can clean that stuff up. Now these potions should be brewed up, 8 minutes of fire resistance. And we're going to shove these into our potion shulker box here where I have all the potions from the wither fight. Seriously, come out. Alright, 2 more. And this should get us pretty well set up, and we're going to go do some exploration at a later time, hopefully in a live stream. But I had a few things that I wanted to finish up here. Oh, I've got 1 extra. We'll end up throwing this in the other box where all of this stuff will go once we get to that point. So now, what I wanted to do, we talked a little bit last episode, is I want to dig down here. And we are going to do a continuation of this ladder down. We're going to dig out another floor similar to this, but we're going to go down a few blocks. And what I'd like to do is set up some automatic little nano farms with these guys right here. Get a little bit of bamboo going, sugar cane, some cactus, some melon, and some pumpkin. These should be easy to set up. We don't need anything to farm them. They can be auto-harvested. We should be able to set them and forget them. These 2 farms are going to be really easy to set up. It's just an observer and a piston. This will require a little bit of water. The cactus will probably build with more than just 1 cactus. We'll probably put like 4 in there or something. It's going to be a real tiny farm. And then these guys I'm going to have to figure out. It's going to be a little bit different. But it shouldn't be bad. It shouldn't be bad. It should be very similar to these. So we are going to get to digging. I was talking about going down and digging out a little bit of an area to get some farms started, but some things have transpired since that clip was recorded. It was recorded before the update came out, and of course the new 1.16 update has come out, and we have done some stuff. Most of you guys should have seen the live stream that we had, which is being indicated by these guys now. So new Nether celebration. We did that. We got ourselves a little bit of netherite armor. We went and found ourselves a permanent base location. Um, and then I was going to work on recording the rest of this, but I decided to do another live stream where we got some of these heads. We got the rabbits, we got the polar bears, we got these two villagers, and we got the stray. So I also did an accidental raid, and I had to end that clip early to go finish dinner or start dinner that I was supposed to do, and I forgot about it because, well, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna roll a little quick montage of me finishing out this raid, getting the Ravager head, while I go dig this area out. This is the area that I've dug out. I did a 5 tall area so we can get these farms in, and I was thinking about dropping this into the floor, but meh, I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the little floor pattern. We've used the new blackstone stone brick, and we use slabs, and I have glowstone underneath these so we can light this area up. There was a cave here that we kind of cut into, and one that goes that way. But I do have the sugarcane all taken care of. And basically, it's a pretty simple farm. This sugarcane will grow. When it hits the observer, it'll fire the piston, and we'll have a little bit of sugarcane from that. I was bone mealing it just a little bit to make sure that everything worked. So we're going to do that with the bamboo. And I have some cactus here. We have the pumpkin and melon, but I've also added in the crimson and the warped fungus just as some added farms. These guys are going to require bone meal and pistons pushing back and forth. It's not going to be automated like this or like this farm will be. So this farm is relatively easy to make. It's even easier than the um, sugarcane farm because I needed to put water behind the dirt block here. So now we should just be able to do a little minecart hopper action, couple of rails. This is going to be our collection system, just like so. And then we'll place that there to keep the minecart. So now that anything that will fall on this block right here should be picked up automatically. Let's see. Need this guy. And I'm going to need to go get some blocks, but the piston's going to sit there. We're going to have the observer sitting like that. It's going to hit a block. Let me go grab those real quick. Show you how we wire this up. And so we'll need a block here, we'll need a block there, and then all we need is a simple piece of redstone like that. Should be complete. We'll make this a little nice right here, and then we'll place our bamboo in, like so. We'll get our glass like that. And then, I believe, can we bone meal this? I've never tried this. Oh, you can. So that'll grow and then be pushed off into here. Nice little farm that we don't have to worry about it, set it, and forget it. Nice. This farm is a little more tricky because this is a 14 by 14 area, and this kind of requires an odd number. But this is what we've got nonetheless. We'll place our 4 cactuses here, and then we're going to have to build ourselves up a little bit all the way around this thing. And let's see. Just like so. Then we'll need a hopper to go into this chest. And make sure that this guy works. Perfect. And then we will need, I guess some glass would be fine. And one thing I don't have on me because I used it for the sugar cane is we'll need to also get a piece of, or a bucket of water. Then we're going to need to move all of these bits and bobs here, but we should be able to place the cactus in here. When it grows, it'll be popped off by this, and then it'll land into some water, which I will place in probably both of these corners, and it'll all be collected here. And that pretty much is up this half of the room. So let me go get the water. I went to walk out to get water, and there's 2 ancient debris. I guess those are for me? Bucket of water acquired. And if I were to place it in that corner like I wanted to, it would all flow to there, and I would actually need to move my hopper and my chest. And I'm trying to keep some form of symmetry, so if we place it back there, everything looks like it's flowing all right here. So if I were to just pop this off, yep, perfect. Awesome. So that is 3 little micro farms. These things are not going to be fast whatsoever. But as people are hanging out in the chunk town and doing things, these will collect materials for us. And if I need myself a fair amount of sugar cane, I can always just come in here and bone meal it because I have a ton of bone meal. So the next two farms that I would like to do will be the melon and the pumpkin farms. And these are going to be a little bit different but similar to these guys here. And by being different, I mean they're going to have they have a stem that grows. So let me gather up some things. Now this should be relatively easy to set up. We need a couple of pieces of dirt. If memory serves me, we need to till that. And before it gets untilled like that, we need to place in our seed. And we shouldn't need water for this. And we can grow this stock like that. Now at some point this will put a melon over here, and that's what we need to detect, right? So we should be able to put in an observer. It's going to have to be the other way. Let's see. Needs to be facing down like that. Oh, I can't jump. Facing up. Now that'll detect any growth, and then we'll have our piston right here to break the block. Now for collection system, we'll do the same thing. We'll push a minecart hopper there, but this guy is going to need a little bit of wiring up. Is this going to be as easy as I think it is? Because it's going to collect a signal. And is that really it? It's going to create that. Okay, that's what I was worried about. Let's do this different. Anytime the piston fires, it's just going to create that little goofy clock. Da, 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 da. Now if we did that, and put our piston here, I know this doesn't change anything. It's still going to be the same goofiness. Right. Let's see. So this does need to go up higher. It needs to go right there. Aw. I guess that can be untilled. That needs to go there. That would need to go like that. Now what I could really do is we could change this out to a sticky piston. And then put a half slab. Like so. No? Like that? And then like that. And if we had a melon here, it could break the melon and we shouldn't have any of our issues. Let's set up the collection system real quick, which we've already done on camera once today. Very, very simple. Minecart with a hopper, and in she goes. And just to keep with the aesthetics of what we've done, we'll place that there. We'll place that there. And then we're going to place these guys here and here. That way we can still get in the chest. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is it popping off on this part right here. It's the only thing I'm worried about. That, and I'm out of glass, so we're going to have to go get some sand. I don't have any melons to test this, do I? Surprisingly, no. Now, I do believe this is what I need. I need the observer over here watching this stem, so when it grows a pumpkin, it'll detect that change and then smash it. So technically, we could have moved this piston down. It is what it is, but also notice I messed up on this farm. I need these guys right here, not in the center. The center is going to do nothing for me. And the other thing that I noticed as I was fixing my first mistake is the water. So this water creates a pocket right here where items will get stuck. And the only thing I can do is probably put a secondary water source right there. It's far enough to not create an infinite water source and everything should flow this way. So we're going to have to test that. I did get some bamboo while we were waiting, a little bit. That's pretty cool. That grew. Sugarcane isn't growing very fast, but we will keep an eye on it. So I'm just waiting to make sure that this actually works, and hopefully we can get some stuff. I did snag a pumpkin and put it up there to test, and yeah. I did go ahead and build this other farm. I changed this one out for pumpkin because I went and snagged up a pumpkin. And I can't get this stem to attach to the pumpkin to test this out. So while I was waiting for this, I built this one over here. We laid down some warped nylium, crimson nylium, and nothing has happened yet. Now these farms are going to be super, super slow. We could take and build this a lot more efficiently. Obviously, we could just build a huge farm if we wanted efficiency. But I did jump into creative, and that observer at the stem is where we want to be. Now, for pumpkins and melons to grow efficiently, you want more than just one block for it to choose from. You want where the observer is, you'll want this piece of nether brick here, and this nether brick stair should all be a block in which this could grow on. Having the observer directly above it with a piece of redstone dust would fire all the pistons, and this thing could be a pretty efficient farm, but we're not looking for efficiency. We're looking for passive income of pumpkins and melons, bamboo, cactus, and sugarcane. Now, the last thing I was going to do was going to be placing some pistons here and a dropper or a dispenser over these guys so they could just dispense some bone meal, and then the pistons moving would break all of these little bits off. We would have to be here, or we could get this thing to run as long as it had bone meal in it. We could have a minecart underneath going back and forth collecting all of it. But, you know, to be honest with you, we've got a fair amount of things here in our inventory. We've got roots, we've got the different fungus. I don't really see a need for doing any of this. So I think this is going to be our area. The nice thing about this area is while I'm messing around in the base or anybody else in the chunk town, these things are going to run. We're going to collect cactus. We've actually got a couple pieces since the last few clips. Haven't got any bamboo. These are really, really slow. The sugar it's grown that much. That's it. So yeah, I did a little bit of testing. Like I said, in the testing world, we could obviously make huge farms, but one thing we could do too, since we're going to be building in the nether, is we couldn't do a sugarcane farm because we need water, but we can do the pumpkin and melon farms because these don't need water. Once they're sitting fully grown like that, we shouldn't have to mess with these at all. So this is the little micro farming area in its entirety completed, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So, as far as the starter base goes, what's come along really nicely. I'm not sure what else I want to add. I'm sure there's a couple of things that we could add to this, but I think in the next episode we are going to head out into the Nether and tackle another farm and take a look at where we've kind of decided to set up base. I found a few areas in stream. I've got a couple of screenshots of some areas. Um, took the creative and kind of flew around just the main area where we're at now, but on the nether side. Yeah, and I think I like what we found on the stream. So stay tuned for that. Now, if you guys are looking for more videos to watch other than just mine, check the description down here. And you will find a link to all the other TB members and their YouTube channels. Um, also, down in the description are all the different ways to follow me on Twitter, on Twitch. Nope, Mixer's not a thing anymore. Never mind that. Moving on, there's a link to the Truly Bedrock Discord, the Truly Bedrock website, as well as my Discord. So check that out down below. While you're checking out the description, leave a comment. Smash that like button. All those things help me out massive amounts. And if you guys are brand new here, consider subscribing. Chunk loader's going crazy. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today on Truly Bedrock. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you on the next one.